Hey guys, what's going on? ThePrideOfLDN here. You guys know what to do. As always, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Wow. Chelsea 0, Leicester 2. What the hell was that? I am absolutely... I wouldn't say I'm entirely shocked. There was a part of me that thought this game, I said in my preview that came out just before the game, this was always going to be a very difficult game. Leicester are a very strong side. We've struggled against them a few times now, and this season, given how well they were performing, it wasn't out of the question that they would come here and get a result against us. I didn't think we'd make it so easy for them though. That was a pitiful performance. If we switch over here, as you can see, 6 minutes in this first goal, let's talk about that. Harvey Barnes' assist. Absolutely scuffs his shot. Wilfred Ndidi strikes it edge of the box-ish and goes off the left post and in. Like, that was poor defending to leave. I think it was Pulisic out on his own. They did a short corner and he was left out there 2v1, which was just stupid. And then to not have anyone charging Ndidi and Harvey Barnes down, getting out of the box, pushing them out, again, was stupid. That's poor management, that's poor setup, and that's on the players if they've been instructed to do it but haven't. And then it's on Frank as well, in the aspect of he needs to make sure that they do it, and he needs to make sure that that is a plan, that is, the players know what to do. If they see players on the edge of the box, do they keep on their man, do they go? Or we need a leader on the pitch that's going to say, look, you're going to be over there, you get over there and get people in direction. Because that was, whilst it was quite a lucky strike, I'm pretty sure he was going for the other post and just sort of sliced it into that corner. You can't take it away from Leicester. Were absolutely brilliant today and sort of embodied what I want to see in my Chelsea team. And Leicester were doing it perfectly. We were not. It was absolutely abysmal. Just before half-time then, we were trying to create a goal, but again, I cannot sort of underestimate how much it worries me that we don't look like we care when we're a goal down. I understand that there's a part of, the mentality that has to be a sort of, let's compose ourselves, we've just conceded, let's make sure we don't allow second, third and fourth goals to go in after you concede one. I understand that is a part of the game, but then there's also a part of you that has to think, right, we need to go forward and get a goal though, because this Leicester team is very good once they go a goal up. I think there was a stat that once they've gone a goal up 9 times this season and have won 9 times from those games. Something along that, and that might be just at home or something like that, I'm not sure. But come on, like, if the commentators know this, then our players should know this, that this is a good team when it comes to getting a goal and sitting on a lead. And they did it perfectly today. They were fooling the ref. They were diving a bit. We saw a few yellow cards for our players, and the ref was falling for it, but that is no excuse for how poor we performed. James Maddison's goal, assisted by Mark Albrighton, again, sloppy. Reece James is just... He's let him go. He realised too late, he's running past me, oh god, I've got to catch up, and didn't. And it was just poor. I think Rudiger was a little bit iffy on that one as well, but I'm not certain. This is all a bit of a blur at the moment. As you can see, look at the time here. We go half-time, okay, fair enough, 2-0 down, not good enough by any means. That is on Frank, that is on the players, that is absolutely abysmal. Second half we need to kick on, and nothing. We didn't get a consolation goal. And Timo Werner, of course, did score, but it was ruled offside by millimeters by VAR again. That is, that's how today was. Whilst we didn't have any luck when it comes to the thing like he's offside by that much, that also is no excuse. You can't be saying, oh, well, had we got that given for us, then maybe we would have come back and won this game or drew this game. No, we wouldn't have. We were absolutely awful, and this is massively concerning for me now. If I'm, as I've said, I'm willing to give Lampard time until, in terms of this season, I'm willing to give him the rest of the season unless things start looking really dire, and this loss has put us in, yet again, an absolutely awful position. We had a chance to move closer. I think we're maybe 5 points off top 4 at the moment, but there's teams that have game in hand. There's Liverpool, Man City, Man United, Leicester, of course, are up there. There's a few teams in between us and 4th spot that also have games in hand. So we could be looking at being 8 points minimum away from a top 4, which is, around halfway around in the season. How do we make up those points without teams dropping a lot of points? And, that's the equivalent of 3 losses. We need teams above us that are currently playing well to have 3 losses, and we have to pick up 3 wins for that to flip on its head, and that's just for one of the teams to drop out. That might even, there's plenty of teams competing for top 4 at the moment. We need 3 or 4 teams to start dropping points and getting losses after losses while we're picking up wins. And do I see that happening? Absolutely not. Absolutely not at this point. Let's go through the players that were on the pitch today. I'll zoom out a little bit so you can see Mendy. Mendy with 6.6. He made 1 good save. There was one where Vardy was offside and he tried to chip Mendy and Mendy made a save, but it was offside. There was another one where Rudiger let someone run through along this side. He made a great save with his foot. Give him credit for that, but we've conceded 2. The first one, there's not much he can do. There's multiple people in front of him. There must have been around 10 players at least in front of him. And indeed he strikes that edge of the box. It goes post and almost to the other post and in. I don't blame him for that one. The second one possibly could have done better, but it is what it is. Reece James was 7.0. I actually thought he was so poor today. I don't think that's an accurate reflection at all for me. Reece James, one of our worst players today, it felt like. Rudiger on a 6.4. I do not get why we have switched out a defence that earlier this season was working so well. Chilwell, James, Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma. It was working so well. Yes, we went through a patch of dodginess, but at some point you need familiarity in your team. The commentators were saying it at one point, that these players, they're not familiar with who's making runs where. Ziyech isn't knowing, okay, Reece James is always at right back, he's going to be making this overlapping run, or Havertz is in behind me, he's going to make a run into the box. I can trust him without having to look and analyse where he's going. I can put a pass in there, I know he's probably going to be there. The team it's not quite there at the moment, and that's a bit obvious to say. Thiago Silva, 6.3, played okay at times, but was generally conceded 2, so that's not great. Cho on a 5.9, very poor as well from him today, very, very bad. I mentioned that I didn't want Mount, Kovacic and Kai Havertz in here. I thought Gilmour would have been a really good replacement for someone like Kovacic. Kovacic got a 7.2. I did not think he was very good at all. Havertz with a 5.9 didn't do anything. Sort of similar to Jorginho has been for us recently, and I think he was a bit of a passenger to the game, just not there. Mason Mount with a 7.8. I think I can quite confidently say that Mason Mount was the only one I felt like actually gave a damn about what was happening on that pitch towards the end. You could see he was so angry, he was so frustrated, and was, he made some good link-up play up in the further end of the pitch. Obviously not good enough. He possibly was one of the players that should have closed down on the edge of the box for the Ndidi goal. I'm not sure where he was, logistically, but you think of it, your midfielders generally you'd have on the edge of the box protecting it, so maybe he's at fault for that, I'm not sure. Of course, we had Callum Hudson-Odoi on the pitch, who we've been crying out to see him play, and he did not prove his worth today. He was quite poor. Abraham, poor again, didn't really do much right. He had a chance for a header in the box, but just went straight at the keeper. We had quite a few shots, to be honest, but most of them were just directly at Schmeichel. Pulisic, poor today, again, 6.3. All these ratings seem quite flattering. To think that 2 of our midfielders had over 7 ratings on this, and I felt like we were just dominated by players like Maddison, Barnes, Tielemans, Albrighton, and Ndidi. That's very generous of WhoScored.com. Then, of course, the substitutions coming on. Ziyech was trying, but couldn't really make anything. Passes weren't really working. Timo Werner was a real bright spark when he came on. He had, of course, the offside goal, which was a tad unlucky by millimeters, and was getting making good runs. People weren't finding him. Our players seemed very afraid to make a forward pass or to try a forward pass. We play so slow, so passing possession focused, that it slows our attacks down and allows a team like this that is going to set up 2 banks of 4 with a defensive midfielder in the middle, which is 9 players plus the keeper, call it 10, behind the ball. That's what we're allowing when we play this slow. Like, it is infuriating. We need to get the ball forward. We need to try a long ball forward. Pulisic's making runs behind. Timo Werner making runs behind. Callum making runs behind. We need players to try these adventurous passes, even if it doesn't work out. You know, it's one misplaced pass, okay, they get a goal kick, we go again. It's not like you've gifted them a goal. Yes, you're giving them possession, but possession doesn't mean anything to us right now, because look at this, we had 64% possession, we did nothing with it. Leicester had 35 and managed to score 2 goals and secure a win against a big club. So, I don't know, as you can probably tell, I'm very wound up on this. Is this the end of Frank Lampard at Chelsea? I don't know. We'll see what news comes out, but I guarantee this will bring out more articles of, you know, is this Frank Lampard's time? Roman Abramovich is thinking of replacing him. By the morning, he might be gone. I don't know, but don't know what to think anymore. Absolutely abysmal. If you guys want to share your opinion, you probably don't. You're probably just raging right now. Leave it down below in the comment section. If you want to do me a favor, please leave a like on this video, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. Goodbye.